Hi there, Pete Jones again. It's been a while since I did my last video. I had a cold, and not unlike a lot of guys, I turn into a big baby when I'm cold, or have a cold, I mean, and maybe even when I'm cold too. But yeah, it kind of knocked me on my butt, and something I want to touch on a little bit is just how much like a common cold can affect your psychology. It wasn't. I mean, I've had worse colds, I think, but anyways, the bottom line is, my mind doesn't work very well when I have a cold as well. Anyway, so I'm back to feeling a lot better now, and uh, I'm actually right now at the BCSS offices in Richmond, and I just decided to do a video. I was thinking last night about what I was going to talk about, and the only thing that really popped in my head was talking about fear and what it can do to you. I'm becoming more and more aware of what my thoughts and my feelings towards those thoughts, and fear is a big part of my struggle, I think. I do remember a girlfriend a while back told me that, we were sitting in a group setting, and we were kind of talking about each other, and we were asked to comment on each other and say something about each other. It didn't have to be positive, just kind of constructive. Anyways, she said that that I was very fearful, and at first I kind of took offense to it, but the more and more I thought about it, it was she was exactly right. I mean, I don't know what put this fear in me, or how that all happens. It might have been a developmental thing, or might have been just just in the cards, the hand that I was dealt. So I am fearful quite a bit, and if George Lucas was right, you guys might know the saying about how fear leads to anger, anger leads to hate, and hate leads to suffering, which would mean indirectly that fear leads to suffering. So maybe maybe that is the root of my problems, is my fearfulness and things like that. At times I'm very fearful of people. And I've tried to figure out why I'm fearful of people, and the only thing I can really come to the conclusion is that I'm not very good at controlling my own energy. I guess I'm excitable, if that makes any sense, and sometimes my energy is all over the place, and it's not controlled very well. And so if you can't do that, then you don't come off very well socially, because people just don't want to be around you. You hear about people that are really laid back, and take things with a grain of salt, and everything just washes off of them, and they roll with the punches, and all those kinds of things that people say. But I just guess I've never been that calm, and it might have something to do with fear. It might, and the more and more I think about it, the more I feel negative towards a lot of things daily, and I don't think I was very mindful of those thoughts in the past, but they're kind of coming to my conscience now, and along the lines of what I've talked about in my other videos, is just making sure that you're aware of every thought that you have, and how that thought makes you feel. And so naturally, if I'm having a lot of negative thoughts towards life, or literally anything that doesn't make you feel good, once you've thought about it, and I'm trying to begin to accept that I just think these things sometimes, and be like, okay, well, I just thought that, and this is how I feel because I thought that, and being, and kind of bringing it to the forefront, as opposed to just having it buried, in my subconscious, or or whatever, because it affects my mood, and how I deal with people and how I react to people, and it does make me think about the way I was before I actually got sick. I remember a lot of my friends telling me that I had an attitude about me, and I don't know why. I think it was just because I had a relatively short fuse, and I would just go off the handle, because I think underlying everything that was going on, I was just really frustrated with life, and having those negative thoughts that led to the negative feelings and emotions, and but and it might have been all related to fear. I don't know. I mean, there's definitely a chance that that's true. People talk about people that are fearless, and they do amazing things. I'm kind of thinking of like extreme sport people that literally do just amazing things, because fear was never a factor for them ever in their life, and that they're free to do whatever they want, because they never thought about the consequences, or maybe they did think about the consequences and they just didn't let it bother them, and they could just go about their day doing whatever they wanted and do their extreme things. But I think it's I don't know whether it's learned. I mean, this is the whole nature nurture thing. I don't know whether it's learned or it's genetic. I mean, maybe somebody knows, but I don't. Anyways, yeah. So recognizing that fear in yourself, and recognizing that you've had that thought about fear, or that negative thought that you've had, and bring it to the forefront, and make a conscious effort to acknowledge that you've had that thought, as opposed to just kind of washing it or letting it go, and then have it come back to remind you again, because I do have recurring thoughts about different stories, about different people, about different situations, and they don't necessarily go away, and they keep on coming back for whatever reason. I mean, I guess I'm just in a situation, I'm reminded of something that will remind me of my thought, and then I'm stuck there again at the thought that I already had 100 times before. So, yeah, just trying to be a little more conscious of my thoughts and my fears. And they say you have to face your fears. I don't know how to do that, because, well, I mean, I do, because partly it's because, when I am afraid of people, I'll just kind of force myself to go in the situation and see where it leads to, and see if I can't do something about that fear and make something positive from the experience, because as I said before, there is the other side of the coin, and the other side of the coin is positive. And if you can make literally any situation into a positive one, then everything's positive. And that can only make you feel good. So, yeah, so that's a little bit of my thoughts about fears. I'll try to maybe get them together a little bit better in a future video, but as far as I can think, that's about all I can think about. So, okay, so that's the end of this one. I really hope that you guys take a look and subscribe, and I really hope that I'm helping someone. I know I'm helping myself, so there's one person. Okay, and pee free.